In this video, we will explore the concept of a bill becoming a law. We will show the process, the court cases that affect this process, and the evolution of the process over time.
Along with this process, there are a few court cases that helped evolve it into what it is today. Starting with Clinton versus New York. President William Clinton exercised his authority under the Act to cancel one provision in the Balanced Budget Act of 1997 and two provisions in the Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997. Two separate actions were filed in district court against President Clinton and other federal officials challenging these cancellations. The plaintiffs in the first case are the city of New York, two hospital associates, one hospital, and two unions representing healthcare employees. The act gave the presidents the power to cancel in whole three types of provisions that have been signed into law. One, any dollar amount of authority. Two, any item of new direct spending. And three, any limited tax benefit. In this case, it is disputed that the cases involve an item of two direct spending and a limited tax benefit. It is also decided that each of the two provisions have been signed into law before it was canceled. It also undisputed that the president correctly adhered to the procedures when exercising his cancellations. Now, there is one problem with this. Is it a constitutional use of power to permit the president to veto a portion of a statute under the act and that has been signed into law by Congress? The second court case is INS versus Chadha. Chadha overstayed his student visa and was asked to show cause why he should not be deported. After a hearing, the immigration judge ordered that Chadha's deportation be suspended on the grounds that he would suffer extreme hardship if deported. Under the act, once the Attorney General's recommendation for suspension of deportation was conveyed to Congress, the House had the power to veto the Attorney General's determination. After the House vetoed the Attorney General's decision to allow Chadha to remain in the United States, Chadha was actually deported. Since the House action was pursuant to the act, the resolution was not submitted to the Senate or presented to the President. The issue here was the part of the act authorizing a one-house veto constitutional.
The process of a bill becoming a law is portrayed in form of 12 steps. Step number 1, bill is drafted. Therefore, members of the Congress, the executive branch, and even outside groups can draft, that means write or draw up bills. Step 2, introduced in-house. Representative introduces the bill in the House. Only members can introduce bills. Step 3, sent to committee. The Speaker of the House sends the bill to a committee. Step 4, committee action. Most bills die here. Therefore, the committee may pigeonhole, table, amend, or vote on the bill. If the bill passes, it goes to Rules Committee. Step 5, Rules Committee. It decides the bills for debate, and when the bill will come up for a debate. Step 6, floor action. House debates the bill and may add amendments. If a majority votes in favor of the bill, it goes to the Senate. Step 7, introduced in Senate. A senator introduces the bill, which is sent to a committee. Step 8, committee action. Same procedure as in-house. If a committee majority votes for a bill, it goes to the whole Senate. Step 9, a bill called up. Majority floor leader decides when the whole Senate will consider the bill. Step 11, conference committee. If the House rejects any of the changes, the bill goes to a conference committee of members from both houses. It works out of compromise. Step 12, vote on compromise. Both houses must approve changes made by the conference committee. If approved, the bill goes to the president. Step 13, president action. The president may sign, approve the bill, or veto, reject it. If approved, it becomes a law. Step 14, vote or override. If the president vetoes a bill, it can still become a bill It can still become a law if 2/3 of both houses vote or override the veto.
These are a few questions to keep in mind when thinking about the process. Who may officially propose a bill? A legislator. What happens if a committee chairperson doesn't act upon a bill? The bill remains on file until further notice. When does the formation of a conference committee become necessary? The second house makes significant changes to the bill. And when can the presidential vetoes be overridden? A 2/3 majority in the Senate.
These are a few things that have changed in the process over time. Over 1,050 copies have been printed in English, and only 350 copies were printed in Spanish. There was a material change. More than 70 years, no amendment shall be received for discussion at the third reading of any bill, but it shall be in order at all times before the final passage of the common appeal. These are a few things that have changed over 70. Redo that. Ready? I'll be ready yet.
When can the presidential vetoes be overridden? A 2/3 majority. That doesn't make sense. When can the presidential vetoes be overridden? A 2/3 majority in the Senate. Can the presidential
Wait.
Stop.
Amy,
Oh,
go.
you started it?
Yeah.